What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News.
Got to start Celebrity Dish with some breaking news just into our newsroom. TMZ reporting exclusively. Real Housewives of Potomac star Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie have been booked for criminal fraud charges. It's literally just into our newsroom. I know that you're good girlfriends with her, Candiace. According to the documents so far, TMZ obtained, the star is facing 16 charges, including 7 felonies. Osefo has been charged with falsely misleading info in her, we don't know where the $300 comes in, but it involves $300.
Excessive of $300.
Yes, and she also faces 1 misdemeanor count of making a false statement to police. We know that's very serious. The couple were booked last night in Westminster, Maryland, in Carroll County. She's been on The Real Housewives for 5 years. Our first listen, Candiace, what are you thinking?
I am floored. I am shocked. I'm sad. You know, it feels to me, we've just, gone through the Karen Huger of it all. Mm-hmm. Karen just came home. Karen paid her debt to society, but one might opine that, perhaps Karen was made an example of. Mm-hmm. And I am now, as I'm literally just getting this news with you all, that's my first thought is $300. And we're arresting a mother and a father, business owners, entrepreneurs. We don't know what the charges are for, but we know that the Osefos have a very successful marijuana business. They are providing jobs and opportunities for people of color in the area, in the DMV. And so my first thought is, are they being targeted? Is this something that we should be thinking about? And I obviously know the Osefos. I know their children. I know her family, and I'm heartbroken. Like I'm shaking because we're just finding this. I can't imagine.
When was the last time you spoke with Dr. Wendy?
Very recently. Like we text all the time. So she never let on that anything was wrong. I know Eddie and Chris were just speaking via text. So I'm shocked, and it just feels like someone is out to get the girls. Like how are 2 women from the same show that features African American women in the climate we're living in today, where people are being picked up and snatched off the street for frivolous nonsense. I would like to see everything before I make my...
That right there, the last few seconds, I would like to see everything before I make my statement, final decision, whatever it is that she was saying in the end. She should have led with that. I'm wishing them the best. I'm just getting this news. I would like to go through the documents and read for myself before I make any statement. However, that's my girl. I'm lifting her and her entire family in my prayers, and you leave it at that. I also said this in my very first video, because this is my 3rd video on this. If you missed the first video and you missed the live press conference, I have linked both of them in the description below. But I kept saying in that video, I'm not sure why every major publication is so stuck on that $300, but are not paying attention to the key word in there and also reading further. You really think someone got 7 felony charges and all of these different things and arrested for $300? Like, come on now. Use your mind. Common sense. I'm surprised. Candiace of all people. And I'm sure now that she got home and she's reading everything, she might come back later and release another statement and all of that. But nobody is going through all of this and press conference and all of that for $300. And that's why I kept saying in that video, if you read further down, the article talked about the insurance claim was $450,000. Not only was the insurance claim that amount, They filed different insurance claims for the same thing. Okay? On top of filing different insurance claims for the same items, they went allegedly and got a full refund. They went and returned and got a full refund for items that they listed stolen. Not only that, they got a insurance payout for $25,000 on a wedding band that Dr. Wendy was later on seen wearing on social media. And the list goes on and on. Candiace is currently getting dragged all over social media. Another thing, the thing she said about Karen, disappointed. Karen was arrested 3 times. 3 times. Dating all the way back to 2007 before she was finally locked up. What did you want to happen, Candiace? You wanted her to bury the entire block before an example was made out of her? And when they finally said enough is enough, it was her 4th DUI, Candiace. Her 4th. 4 times making the choice to drive under the influence and putting innocent people's lives at risk. Okay? And the 4th time, she could have ended her own life based on what happened with her car and all of that. Absolutely, we are targeted. Absolutely, they make an example out of us. I get that. But when it comes to Karen's situation, not in this case. Okay? 4 times, too many. Absolutely not. I'm glad she was able to go somewhere and sit down and really, truly think about her actions and all of that. And I'm hoping that going forward, the lessons were learned and she's good. And I'm just so grateful and happy that she is still here with us and that no innocent person, okay, lost their lives due to her making a choice to drive under the influence. So I don't agree with that. Now, as far as Dr. Wendy and her husband's situation, you know, there's a lot going on. I posted the entire press conference with everything coming directly out of the sheriff and other people's mouths. So go ahead and watch the press conference in my first video. But I'm going to leave you with what I said in my first video, the charges were, but you can watch the actual press conference for all of that. But yeah, I do not agree with what Candiace said about, you know, Karen. And then I understand, you know, that Dr. Wendy and her husband were providing, you know, jobs and everything Candiace said. I understand and see where she was going, but I just wish she would have just given herself time to, you know, get home, read a story for herself and all of that before doing that. I'm going to read social media reaction in the separate video later on. But I'm wishing all of you well and take care. So in my first video on this topic, I listed the charges and everything. So let's get into that. So in the article on TMZ, they have Dr. Wendy and her husband, Eddie, have been booked on criminal fraud charges. And then they continue that she also faces 1 misdemeanor count of making a false statement to an officer. And then that the couple was booked Thursday night. Now, here's the issue. The police are saying that the couple reported a burglary in April last year. The couple claimed they found their bedroom ransacked after returning from a trip to Jamaica. Okay? According to prosecution's bail recommendations documents obtained by TMZ, the couple reportedly told police several designer bags and jewelry had been stolen, but then Dr. Wendy was later caught in a social media post wearing a diamond ring she claimed was stolen. No, calm down, social media detectives. People could be like, what if it's an older picture and all of that? I guarantee you they investigated all of this before making this move. Additionally, investigation determined numerous items that was reported and claimed stolen had been purchased, then returned to the store. The documents indicated the couple had claimed a $450,000 personal property loss to an insurance company. This is the part that most of the blog pages left out. An insurance claim for $450,000. You know, that's the part that should be blasted. Not the $300. I understand the word says in excess of $300, meaning that that's the limit in order for you to, you know, get arrested. But when you're filing $450,000 insurance claim for property loss, but then before you report it, you went and returned some of those items and received full refund and so much more. Emails, and it's a hot mess. Like I said, I have linked the press conference in the description below. Go over there and watch all of it. But the good news is, you know, they are home with their children and their family. They were able to post bail and they are back home. And their attorney did release a statement that, you know, they are grateful for the outpouring of love and that they are looking forward for their day in court. I'm just summarizing, but that was the statement that was released. So, like I said, I think this is my third video, almost fourth on this. So, that's the latest from Potomac. I'm wishing all of you well and take care.
Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.